Here we go. Welcome to Build My Butt Friday with me, Paul Ace, and Charmaine Ntokozo. Have I got that right? I've got it right. Got
Yeah,
it right.
you do. You do. You got it right.
Boom. Nailed it. Nailed it. And Charmaine is all the way from South Africa. Obviously, if you live in South
Mhm.
Africa, that's not all the way from South Africa. It's just you live close to close. You never know. You might be next door neighbours. But for me, all the way in South Africa, that's quite a long way. And we spoke, I think, for the first time last week, was it?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, we got on a call last week and we were talking about like ideas, bouncing ideas off each other. And I was like, do you know what? The best way for me to show you what I do is why don't you come on the show and we'll build you a butt out for free and it'll be really cool and everyone else can follow along and then see how it works. So Charmaine has, she is a branding specialist. Is that correct?
Sure. I'm
Yeah.
a branding specialist. So let me
You
introduce
tell
myself.
everyone about what you do.
So I help people. It's not just branding specialist because that's very broad. I help people convey their message. So whether it's your personal message or your business message, there's nothing more that makes a person or a business more valuable than clarity. So because a confused mind doesn't buy, right? And so that's what I do. Whether it is a speaker, it is a coach, it is a marketing agency, it's a person who is employed and trying to upgrade their job. I just help them communicate better why they are the best in what they do. Yeah. And so I own Branding Fixers Global. I have clients in UK, in Europe, in Asia, in also, yeah, Asia is Hong Kong, same place, and also here in South Africa because I love my people too. And yeah, my work is basically online, which then also brings me to how we met online on LinkedIn, and we talked about one of my proudest creations, her Grit magazine, right? So it's a publication for women. There's two. There's Her Grit magazine and His Grit. But today we're going to talk about Her Grit magazine. It's a publication for women, ordinary women who are doing extraordinary things. Now, it's not so much a bash men type of publication, and it's not about celebrities or gossip or politics. No, it's about real life issues that people go through, you and I go through in life, in business, lifestyle, health. And yeah, I also help my clients by branding them on there. They share their expertise, their businesses on there, and just create a global community that's like a hub of people network there, people do business through the magazine, and that's why it exists.
That's so awesome as well. And I think there's a need for more things that deal
Mm.
with those kind of issues as opposed to like I can't stand gossip magazines and anything like
Mm.
that. They're just
No.
full of rubbish. And newspapers are both the same. It's just like let's
Yeah.
sensationalize everything we can. Like
Yeah.
the term "man walks down the street" into something like "man walks, steps over, claims 60,000 million pounds for
Exactly.
insurance, and then his wife loses him," and then that's the headline, and you're like, "What the hell?"
What does that got to do with you and I? Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly the frustration that I had. I was like, goodness, I cannot stand what is going on right now. And the media has such a bad rep, but it's supposed to be about us, the people. That's what I believe the tool is supposed to be there for. That's what news is supposed to be about. So I thought, okay, well, instead of just hating it and seething in my tiny corner, why don't I create something that is what I want it to be?
That's totally
Mm.
awesome. Galen
Mm.
says, "Hey guys," as well. So yo, and if you're just watching and just joined in, we are on Build My Butt Friday, which is which is super cool. So, and what before we kind of get into the bot building as well, because we're going to be building the
Mhm.
bot around Her Grit magazine and getting more
Sure.
people reading and viewing the Her Grit magazine. What would you say is kind of the biggest biggest challenge that you think like women and entrepreneurs in business are facing right now?
It's visibility and clarity. So it's not so much anymore about, oh no, we don't have the opportunities. They are there, but communicating it, just again, it's about your message. So women still, some struggle with vocalizing their thoughts and just, being okay with standing out. Ooh, that's another one, having the confidence and it being okay to just stand out and be glorified and celebrated for being awesome. They still find it like, oh, it's been uncomfortable, especially here in South Africa, but I also find it with my global clients as well. So the problem is visibility, to just stand out and be okay with it. I'm standing out and it's awesome. And also like being understood, being clear about their message and being understood. That's the biggest problem.
And I think that this is massively important in the modern world. And what frustrates me a little bit sometimes is I agree about women should be empowered, but at the same time, like if you have a gentleman's only club, it's sexist, and if you have a women's only club, it's like, yeah, you're empowering women. And so I think that role has almost flipped in some cultures from what it used to be. It's almost like, you say, some magazines are about men bashing and stuff like that. You don't yes, you see some magazines that men sexualize women, which I don't agree with at all. But then on the other way, then I don't agree with women bashing men. So I think, the lessons to be learned.
I totally agree. And that's why because I still am chief and editor of the magazine. So I don't allow or promote any man bashing. That's not to say that we do not publish news that is not necessarily true. I mean, if a woman has been abused and wants to talk about that, then sure, she's welcome to. It's her story, it's her truth. And it doesn't mean that we're saying all men are abusive. We're just saying that man abused her and this is how she came out of it. Again, finding the positive angle or positivity out of a bad situation and not necessarily demonizing every man, which is why I then came up with His Grit magazine, because it is, again, a man's club for men that doesn't overly, there are no women featured in there that are being sexualized, again, because that's not what all men want or think about. And that's what current media portrays, many of it. And again, it's just, I guess our generation is really focusing on changing the things that we don't like that the previous generations built.
And I kind of call it like the fishbowl effect. So you kind of you've got the mass media and people who follow the mass media and go along with what the mass media says. They're all like in this fishbowl and going around a castle over and over again and just doing the same thing on repeat. And then what happens is you'll meet this rogue fish or whatever, and that rogue fish will go, look what it's like just on the other side of the boat. No, I can't do that. And then eventually, like with little niggle, and eventually you get on the other side of the fishbowl. And then when you're on the outside looking in, you're like, what are you guys doing? Like, why do you just keep going around in circles with this negativity all the time? And like, just like blaming everyone else for all your problems. And you're like, when people are like, it's a bad economy. It's never a bad economy. There's still people making money. You just need to do it in a different way.
Exactly. And you just summed it all up. That's what the magazine, Her Grit magazine, is there for, to give a platform to, because, let me share a tiny story why it started. So 2 years ago, I went to Shanghai, so I was invited as a guest speaker. It was going to be it was filmed, it was a documentary film, and I felt, oh wow, I did amazing representing my country there. This should be in the news, somebody should talk about me. I wanted to stand out. Hello. And nope, nobody wanted to like write about me. I was like, goodness, why? Is it because I'm not like a celebrity? Is that why nobody wants to write about me? But this is amazing, and I want to inspire other people, right? Didn't happen. And then a couple of months later on, I was doing a radio show with a lady there in London, and I did well over there, and I got an award. And I was like, oh, more news. I want to share that. And still, they didn't care, right? I was like, oh, imagine how many people out there are doing amazing things that can actually inspire us day-to-day people. But, you know, we always see the same celebrities, the same gossip on the newspapers. And I was like, well, you know,
I don't care how big Kim Kardashian's backside is. I'll be honest. It's not something on the top of my agenda that when I wake up in the morning and go on Instagram scrolling through photos going, oh, look, she's pretty. Oh, look, she's on an island. Yeah. I don't know if, before we go any further as well, Galen just put a message which was really interesting. She said, I can name 10 male entrepreneurs off the top of my head, like Russell Brunson, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins and all that. He said, but I can't name drop 10 women entrepreneurs with you more visibility. Which is so true. And yeah, when I'm thinking actually like, not, I know quite a lot of female entrepreneurs like at my level, if you know what I mean, but like celebrity entrepreneurs actually like in the mass media, I can think of, Mel Robbins,
Jessica Simpson. She's a fashion billionaire now.
Yeah, she's doing all right.
Yeah. Who else? What is her name? You see, you have to think about it.
Exactly, but yeah, on the men, you don't. You'd be like, oh yeah, Richard Branson and like you say, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, all of those. If you've got any ideas as well, guys, if you can name 10 female entrepreneurs, just put as many as you can into the comments as well.
She's an entrepreneur, isn't she? She is. The own TV and own network and all of that.
Yeah, she does. But what's interesting, people don't see her as an entrepreneur; they see her as a TV personality.
That's the thing. And her husband, well, boyfriend now, they are not married, was talking about the same thing when I was in LA. And he was saying that, okay, so it was like, oh yeah, so Stedman, how do you feel about, always being known as Stedman, Oprah Winfrey's boyfriend, right? And he was like, it doesn't bother me. And the thing is, and then he talked about what struggles she went through when she moved from TV to trying to being an entrepreneur, is that everybody thought that she couldn't do it. It is Oprah, right? And still they were like, oh no, never gonna happen. She's gonna fail. And you see, is it because she's a woman? We don't know.
I see with that one, I don't think it, and I think whoever it is, people are very quick to tell you it isn't going to work. But then they're the first ones to go, oh yeah, I knew you'd make it. I knew you'd make it. Wait, on the other side, you spend like. So I was listening to some Les Brown the other day, and he's talking about the Chinese bamboo tree. Have you heard the Chinese bamboo tree?
Yeah, I have.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Chinese bamboo tree doesn't actually grow above the ground for almost 5 years, but you have to water it every day for 5 years and you don't see anything. And then in 5 weeks, it grows to 90 feet tall. And that just literally sums up entrepreneurship completely. And everyone's like looking at this bloke or this woman watering the ground for 5 years going, what are you doing? Why did you keep watering the ground? There's nothing coming out. Just give it up. And then they suddenly go, this 90-foot tree comes out, and then they go, oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that was going to happen. I definitely knew that was going to work. Look at you now. Look at you go with your 90-foot tree. I always said you'd make it.
I knew you were going to make it, and you know what? I was always rooting for you. You know what? And you're my friend. You know that I love you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're like bull crap.
You see, so it's visibility, clarity, and confidence. You know what I find is when a person who's been on a cover, something changes about them. And when I started it, and I didn't do it for that. It was just kind of a result that came out that, it gives somebody just new sense of confidence, because number one, you don't grow up thinking I'm ever going to be on a cover of a magazine, right? It's not for me. It's for a certain type of people. And also because, especially for women and men as well, there's always been this type of image, perfect supermodel type, who is allowed to be on the cover, or you have to be super famous, unattainable standards throughout the magazine. And so it's so fulfilling to see somebody seeing their hard work, whether they're just starting out or they have been years into a business, and just seeing themselves being celebrated. Everybody wants to be celebrated, and that's what it provides too.
And
Confidence, and then you're more confident to just go ahead and get more clients if you're having business, or if you have a job, just do it with with a lot more confidence.
And belief comes from confidence. And when people have belief, they're successful. I've gone through times where I've kind of, oh, well, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, or whatever. And when what you realize is all you're doing is training yourself over and over again to get where you want to be now. And sometimes it's kind of like being a boxer. You just have to get punched in the face a lot of times before you get good at being a boxer.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, then what you need is that trainer in your corner going, no, you've still got this. You can still do it. And then when you've got that person, or you end up on the front cover of a magazine, or you've got that coach in your corner saying, I believe in you, then eventually you get over that edge, and then suddenly, things start to explode for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And just having somebody outside of your normal environment see what you do, and reach out and say, hey, you know what? You're all the way over there in Belgium, or you're all the way over there in South Africa or in London, and I see what you're doing, and I think you're doing an amazing job, or hey, we have this in common, we should have a conversation. It's opening so many doors. And when it comes to, again, visibility, which is why I love when we talked, and you remember how excited I was like, really? You can do that? You can do all of that? I mean, it was a lot, right?
Yeah.
In one conversation. You can do all of that, because it's like we have the technology, we have all these tools, and we need to use them to be more visible, to be heard, to be understood, and to be bought. We want to make money also. At the end of the day, we're trying to make a living, we're trying to make a legacy for our families, so we use it in good light.
Yeah, and that brings me on to my next point. Are you ready to build a bot? Yeah.
Let's go.
I take that as a yes. Cool. So
right.
we are gonna. I'm just gonna go straight to this screen, so you won't see me and you for a little while. It doesn't do very well with three screens, but you should be able to see that as well, and the people who are watching as well. So if you're watching live, just put #live. If you watch on the replay, #replay, and also just drop a load of hearts as well, which would be absolutely awesome. If I turn this into a podcast, I'll probably delete that part out of it. Because you'll be like, why am I dropping my hearts? It's not working. So what we're going to do, basically, we've gone in here because you've just set up your account as well, so there's nothing in there. I'm now going to refresh the page as well, because you've upgraded to Pro as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. We've got Pro. So I got rid of all that because you don't need that. So we're going to start from scratch. Someone said, can you show us how to build a bot from the start? So I'm going to do it a little bit slower, and I've already gone too quick. I'll do it a little bit slower than I usually do. And I'm actually going to talk you through it exactly step by step what we're doing at each phase. So the first thing is, it's on the left-hand side, we've got all these different things like dashboard, live chat, and everything else like that. And we're going to click the one that says growth tools and widgets. And this is going to be great for you, Charmaine, as well afterwards. If you want to build more bots yourself, then just watch this video back and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I get that. I can do that myself. So you're going to click, you can do this as much as you want, you know?
Ooh.
Woo! And then, so we're going to click widgets and then new growth tools. So I'm going to click new growth tools on the right hand side. And the one we're going to choose, there's loads of different options here. And you could quite easily get overwhelmed, but we're not going to get overwhelmed. All that we need to do is to choose one that says Messenger Ref URL. And what that is essentially like a normal link. So it's a normal link that you send anyone to a website, but instead of sending them to a website, you're going to send them to Facebook Messenger. So we've got two things here. We've got opt-in actions and setup. Don't worry about setup yet because we haven't set it up yet. So once we've done that, there's a little button here that says edit. So we're going to click that one. And this is where the magic happens. Are you ready for some magic?
Show me.
Show me the magic. So how would you like to greet people? Would you like to say, hey, hello, welcome, hi?
I'm more of a hey person.
So am I. I think it's just friendlier.
Yeah, it is.
So what we've done there is we've gone hey, and then there's this little button here, brackets, and you can pull through something that's called like a merge tag. Okay, so it will automatically pull through their first name from Facebook. Which again, like before you even started, it's making it more personalized than most other things.
Oh wow, yeah, awesome.
So it's not just going, hey friend. It says, hey Charmaine.
Oh, cool.
So that's the first step, simplest step. Make sure as well we leave in this PS. If you ever want to unsubscribe, just type stop, because if we don't put that in there, then you're going to end up with people on there who don't want to be on there after like a day or so, and then they're like, I can't unsubscribe, and then they'll try and block you and report you to Facebook. So just make it as easy as possible for them to unsubscribe, because if they don't want to be on there, you don't want them on there, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we want to get more people onto the online magazine and reading the online magazine. So I'm just going to go back to, let's just bring that down there for a second. Okay.
We also want to get people to be featured, you know?
Okay.
So can we do like a 2-in-1 message? Is that possible?
Anything is possible.
Sure.
So we've got featured and also so do people subscribe to read the blog? Do they pay for that or anything, or read the magazine?
Free. So they read for free.
Okay. And at the moment, do they subscribe via email if they want to be notified? So we're going to do the same thing then for Messenger. Okay. And we're also going to, what questions, if you want someone to be featured, what questions do you ask? Is there a lot of questions or?
Do they have, like, if they have an amazing story, or they have a business and they want to be branded? Well, people quite sometimes don't even understand what it means to be branded. So if they have if they want to get noticed, right? If they want to get noticed for what they do, or they want to be seen in different countries, and probably want to grow their business globally, or they have an inspiring story that they want to share.
Okay. So we've got a couple of options there. So I'm just mapping out on my side where I think things are going to go. And so we're going to flick back to ManyChat as well. And in here, so we're going to say, so let's keep it basic for now, because I think if you, we could give people the options. So it could be like, hey Charmaine, what can I help you with today? And then we're going to have a couple of options.
Okay.
So we have is there a shorter word for featured? Because you can only have a certain amount of characters in each button. So
you want to ask a question? Do you want to be seen in a magazine? Or do you want to say, do you want to be seen? Really? You want to get noticed?
I want to be Let's see if we can fit it featured. Oh,
Seen. Can you put seen? Not if not featured, then seen.
seen. Let's change that to capitals as well. Just make it a little bit nicer looking. And then I always try and allow a little bit of room so we can put a little emoji at the start. And then we can put some little love heart eyes, make that nice. And then, so your other one is read online magazine. Or so either read, or do you want people to read, or do you want to get people to subscribe?
Read, because subscribe, they're gonna think, oh, I have to pay, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've got an option of adding later about them being notified.
Yeah.
When you knew how often does it come out?
Monthly.
Monthly, wicked. So read online magazine. And here's what we're going to do. So there shouldn't be anything wrong with you. So we're going to add something called a tag here. So you can see I've put read online magazine, and instead of putting any actions here, we've actually got a little circle. I'm going to click the circle, bring it over to here. I'm going to click perform action. And then when I click that in the sidebar, we can actually add a tag. So a tag, I say it's kind of like a clothing tag in a shop. So it kind of tells you what size or what color it is or whatever.
Okay.
So if you see it like that, so notify of new magazine.
Articles. New.
Yeah, as long as you know what it means, they won't see this anyway.
Oh, they're not going to see it. Oh, that's just for me. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you what you do with that afterwards as well. So we're going to put that tag in. So if anyone clicks read online magazine, then you can then notify them when a new magazine comes out.
Okay.
And
all right.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty cool, and then it'll be like, great choice. Again, we're going to put the first name in. Great choice, first name. And this is just kind of touching the surface of what we can do, you know. I just wanted to create something that we can do quite quickly and simply that can get you good results.
Okay, cool.
so great choice, Charmaine. And then it'll be like to read the latest magazine. I keep saying blog. Magazine. Just click the button below. Right, we're going to add an image in there as well. Drag that up there. And then there we go. So there we go. We're prettying it up, making it nice. Then we want a little arrow as well, because people don't follow instructions. So the more you can make it easy for them to go, oh, that's what I need to click, the better it is. And then we can put open magazine. And we'll put PS. It's 100% free. Oh, that's 1,000%. It's 100%
that's too free.
Yeah. Too much free. So we're going to put a little arrow there as well. So because psychologically, you know, when you see an arrow pointing right, it usually means that's the next step.
Yeah.
You know, okay. So can you put, because we've got a little chat function down here, can you put in the chat the link to where they're going to go to get to see the magazine?
Sure. How do I send it to you? I'll just put it in the chat. Okay.
Yes, put it in the team chat on Be Live. That'd be great. Let me know when you've done that, and we'll start on the other side while you're putting that in there. So it also says I want to be seen. And then because you've got the pro version now, that's going to help because we can ask them questions and actually save that as a custom field, which is amazing.
Okay. Okay.
So we're going to click this button that says user input, and we're going to say, in order to be featured on our magazine, we are looking for, is it entrepreneurs you're looking for?
Yeah, I am looking for
Female
entrepreneurs and like inspiring people. Yeah, we keep a balance. So between education and inspiration. Kind of like you went through something terrible and you overcame it, and now, maybe have some.
Don't you feel as well like the first test of being an entrepreneur is spelling the word entrepreneur?
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah.
That took me 3 attempts.
It is the E before the U. That's how I remember.
Okay. I was still struggling, but I got it. In order to be featured on the magazine, we are looking for female entrepreneurs and inspiring women who have a story to tell. So we're going to separate that a little bit to make it look a little bit nicer.
Can you put emojis?
Oh yeah. So what I tend to do is we'll build out the flow and then we'll come back and jazz it up.
Okay.
So I use language like jazz it up, but you basically make it look pretty, and put emojis and stuff like that in it.
Okay. Good.
It's my English accent. It does weird things.
Yes. Okay. I love the red dress emoji.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, we can. Okay, so we can put the. So let's find. I imagine that will be on people. The red dress emoji might. So you have a limited availability of emojis on here for some reason.
Okay.
We've got a dress, but not a red dress. Is that a problem?
Is it the dancing lady? The lady in a dancing. It's a dancing lady. It's the one who's wearing a red dress.
That one?
Yes.
There you go.
Fabulous.
So let us know briefly below what your story is. If we think you are a good fit to be featured, we will be in touch. So story for feature. So now we're going to save that as a custom field. So just to show on there. So story for feature, because I've created a user input one, which is this little one at the bottom. It then basically captures that as a custom field. So it will actually put that into their dashboard, and you'll be able to see it.
Oh, okay.
Story for feature. So we click that and then we click new custom field, story for feature. And then it says text. And we're going to click create. And now that's going to be saved. So as soon as someone fills in the details there, that'll go straight into that. Now, here's where some of the magic happens as well. Would you like to be notified if someone puts in a new feature request?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to click the button that's got the little lightning bolt on it. Going to click perform actions, and then we're going to click notify admin, and then it's going to say just submitted a feature request, and then we're going to pull through with these little brackets. We can actually scroll down and go story for feature, and then it'll send you a message every time someone puts a new one in, and you'll know what it is.
So that will be on Messenger, right?
Yeah, so it will send you a message to say someone's put in a new feature request and tell you what it was.
Awesome.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks. And then it sends another message after it says, thanks. One of our team will be in touch if you have been successful. See, all the good words are hard to spell.
Like successful?
Exactly. I think I've got that one down. I've got it down. Too many. What is with like the English language or these like double letters and stuff? It's just I don't get it. I've heard of a new language just while we're doing this. Yeah, I've heard.
Called?
It's called Pidgin. Have you heard of it? Yeah. Pidgen.
No.
And to get rid of all the stupid grammar in English language, and instead of calling things like a school or like a library, they call it a book house, and then the school will be like the learning house.
Oh,
which is just sense, clever.
Right? That just makes sense. Very simplified. It's kind of like Chinese, Mandarin. Their language is simple like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes total sense because you just sound it out then, don't you?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like, and no wonder the Chinese get so much more stuff done than we get done. Like they don't spend all the faff trying to write entrepreneur.
Imagine. Yeah, I tried to learn Chinese. I did learn a little bit. It's not easy. Look, it's an easy language, but it's not easy to learn. That's the thing.
Yeah, once you get it down, apparently one of the hardest languages. Oh, what was it? Icelandic.
Icelandic.
I watched the document. Well, there was a guy who had like a photographic memory, and they said he could learn things ridiculously quickly. And apparently, Icelandic is like one of the hardest languages in the world to learn. So they took him to Iceland, and wanted to see if he could go on a talk show in Iceland after 7 days of never speaking language before. After 7 days and speaking Icelandic, and he did it.
Oh.
So yeah, these things can be done if you've got a photographic memory.
How do we generate a photographic memory?
I don't know. I can't even write successful, so that's not going to be a success, is it? So yeah, there's no way back. So we got in order to be featured on our magazine, we're looking for female entrepreneurs and inspiring women who have a story to tell. Let us know beliefully below what your story is. If we think it's a good fit to be featured, we will be in touch. And then after the reply to that, it says, thanks, one of our team will be in touch if you've been successful. So let's put some more emojis in here, make it a little bit nicer. And like little smiley one.
Dancing lady, smiley, hands in the air.
Yeah. Or and then we'll put a little. Where's the thumbs up one?
Wink.
Is that cool? That one or yeah, let's go winky face. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Don't want the tongue sticking out. It's like too far too soon.
No. Yeah.
No way back. And then we've got Read Online Magazine, and we're going to put a little emoji. Oh, I can't put an emoji at the front of that one because we've run out of characters online.
Yeah, it's okay.
Can I put Mag? Is that all right?
Yeah, Mag is okay. Grit Mag. Because that's what the domain says anyway.
Okay, read her grit mag as that.
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka. Cool. Getting somewhere now. And what looks like a magazine. kind of. We'll do that one. Right, and then you've got the Open Magazine one. You've given me the link to that as well, which is awesome. Hi there as well. Someone else is watching. I can't see some. So if people have been on Be Live with me before, it actually shows up the profile. If not, it doesn't, which is really annoying. So that's why it shows Galen's and no one else is, and it shows other people's. But this one it isn't. So let me know where you're watching from as well, guys. Where are you watching from across the world? So far we've got UK. I know Galen, she's watching from the US, and we've got South Africa. You know, it's a multi-world. So
I think that's what we know what you mean.
yeah. I know what I mean. Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? As long as one of us does. Okay, so we've got that in there. We're going to go great choice. Going to put a little emoji there as well. And then we're going to change that 100% for if I think there's one of these in there. You know those little 100% emojis?
Oh yeah.
People seem to like them. Oh, look.
Yeah.
100% free. Okay, so what we've got, very simply, you know, it's not took too long. How long does it took to do that? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, around about.
Okay, do you want to preview it? Give it a go? Let me just delete off what other people are seeing on here. I don't want you seeing all my messages. You will see it in a second on the screen. I'm just moving over which tab we are on. So just going to share another screen. This one, it says bot hackers. That's cool. Okay, bring that one up. Solo. Okay, can you see that? Can you see that in the corner? It might be a little bit. Yeah, it might be a little bit small for you, but for people watching, it should be all right. So it says, "Hey Paul, what can I help you with today? PS, if you ever want to unsubscribe, just type stop." So which one do you want to choose, Charmaine? Do you want to choose I Want to Be Seen or read her Grit magazine?
Does it have to be one of them?
For now, and then we can do the other one in a minute.
Read. Let's do read for now.
You want to read? So I'm going to click read her Grit magazine, and then it comes up with the image. It says Grit Media, your voice, our essence. Great choice, Paul. To read the latest magazine, just click the button below. PS, it's 100% free. And then click Open Magazine. And I've just clicked that, and it's opening up another tab right now, which you can't see on your end because that tab's not showing. But yeah, it's literally just opened up the magazine for us as well, which works perfectly. And then we've got... And then you've got your other one as well, which is I Want to Be Seen. So I'm going to click that button. And it says, in order to be featured on our magazine, we are looking for female entrepreneurs and inspiring women who have a story to tell. Let us know briefly below what your story is. If we think you're a good fit to be featured, we will be in touch. So I am a entrepreneur who can't spell entrepreneur. I would like to share my struggle with the word entrepreneur. So now I've done that, it says a text notification has been sent. So it will have sent a notification on email to you and by messenger to me at the moment, because you just need to subscribe for the messenger broadcast. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. And it actually pulls through the words as well. So it says Paul Ace just submitted a feature request.
Oh,
there you go.
Here it is.
And it says, thanks, one of our team will be in touch if you have been successful. There you go. What do you think to that?
This is amazing. Like I'm seeing it now. So I did get the email on, I have that, but I closed my emails. So now I'm here and I can see the whole thing happening on my phone.
And there you go.
Which is
So it's
really
all
cool.
pop.
Yeah,
And like I say, that's a very basic level. So let's show you what you can do with that information now. Would that be cool?
sure.
Okay, so we'll just bring that back up. And so if you see back on the ManyChat page, so what we actually did is we put notify of new magazine articles. So by doing that, we can now click on the audience section, and you'll see can you see on the right hand side where it says tags?
Yeah.
This is notify new magazine articles. When I click that one, it shows all the people that are who want to be notified of new magazine articles.
Okay.
And what that means is, let's say you bring out a new magazine, which you do every month anyway, and then you click broadcasts. You could create a new broadcast, and you go like, this is it in its simplest form, like, hey, blah blah blah. This month's magazine is out now. I'm just going to put that for now. And then we click go next. And then you can actually do targeting. So you click condition, tag, notify of new magazine articles. And then everyone who is clicked to be notified will get that message then sent to them every month.
Wow.
So every month you can send out a new message to say, oh, by the way, it's gone out today, and you'll send out a new broadcast. So
Yeah.
you're building an active subscriber list that's going to open those messages.
Oh, yeah.
And let me show you the impact of when you send a broadcast out. And this is what wows some people. So this is one of the biggest accounts that I built up last year. And in that, if you look at the broadcast messages, so we sent over 32 broadcast messages over the course of the year. So not loads and loads in a year. And you can see, look at the read rate, 93%, 97%,
yeah,
98%, and then click-through rate, 63%, 91%, 21%, 53%, 81%, massive amounts.
Yeah.
So imagine what that is going to do is when you starting to build, instead of saying to people, oh, subscribe via email, you're going to get them all on ManyChat, and then you're going to get all those subscribers that way instead.
Right.
Because so many more people are going to see it. Now, if you wanted to take it the extra mile as well, would you like to collect their email address as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
yeah.
well, let's do it. We've got like 2 or 3 minutes, so let's get their email as well. Why not? So we're going to go back to her Grit magazine. And then we're going to go Growth Tools, Growth Tool 4, edit the flow, and where it says new magazine. Now what you can do is, before we get to this page, we can actually put a message in here and actually ask them if they want to be notified. Would you like to be notified when a new... In fact, here's what would be better, I think, is if we do that like that. And what if we sent it as a follow-up message instead? So they've clicked the magazine.
Yeah.
And then we're going to click perform action.
No, actually. Do you know why? Because when they go on the magazine, then it collects the email as well. There's like a pop-up screen to subscribe by email, or what do you think?
Does every single person who comes to that page put in their email, though? Do you have to put your email to view the magazine or not? Yeah,
you do.
All right.
Unless you're subscribed. But if you're not, you do have to put on your email, but you can close it. Let's continue. If you really don't want to.
So if
So it's
that's the case, then the case of putting the email in probably is not worth it that much, because
yeah,
if you've
no,
got
it's
to
not.
collect it anyway, it
Yeah,
just adds a bit of extra resistance that we don't
yeah,
need. Well,
yeah.
that's how you would do it. You just set it up as a extra a smart delay. So basically, we do it like 1 hour after they've been to it, and say, by the way, would you like to be notified every time a new magazine comes
Okay,
out, and then you can do that
okay,
as well. So is that
okay.
pretty cool? Is that been helpful?
Very cool. It's very, and I can see as you were doing it, like just how it's gonna work for my other products and services, and also for my clients as well, who need more visibility, in their businesses.
Exactly. And I think the number one question I've got for you: are you a bot believer now?
I'm a bot believer.
There you go. That's what it's all about. And because everyone starts off, and you know what, they're kind of like, well, I don't really get it. I don't know what it's for. Is it spammy? But is that spammy in any way?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. And it's because of also how you build it. And I think because of how you write the copy, you remember when we were talking the first time, I was like, I don't like getting those long messages. And then you get a link, like in that one long message, which you just don't even read. And then there's a link to go onto a website. So I like how you make it flow, the flow. And it's like a conversation. So that's good.
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be like. Like Messenger is this amazing opportunity right now to be able to take a conversation, but people, and it's not about tricking people into thinking they're speaking to a human. Like, you can kind of tell from that you're not speaking to a human. But at the same time, it feels like it's got a sense of personality to it, and it feels like you've got what you want out of it in the end, but you haven't had to wait for it. You're not going around the whole website going, if I want to submit a feature, we're like, where do I go? How do I read the blog? It just goes, what do you want to do? Great. There you go.
Yeah.
So
now
I think that'll be helpful.
Active now? Is it like active? Can I?
So all you need to do is, let's just bring that up again. So you've got that. We're going to click publish. And then basically, if you click widgets, click the growth tool, and then there's a little button that says set up. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you click set up and then copy that link. And that link now can be used for any kind of you can put it on a Facebook post. You can put it as a default reply on your page if you wanted to. So did you want that to be the default response that people get when they message you on Facebook the first time?
Yeah, when they message the page.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to click automation, default reply, and then we're going to click replace, growth tool 4, and then we're going to click enabled, and that's it. Done.
Wow. And so can I share that link outside of Facebook, so on other apps?
Yeah, you can share it on whatever app you want. You can share it. You can put it as part of your email signature. And the only thing is you have to remember is the person has to have Facebook Messenger to be able to receive the message. But like I say, 1.2 billion people have Facebook Messenger. So most of the first world people, especially people in your your target market and stuff, would have Facebook Messenger anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, and if they don't have the app and they
can download it
like desktop Facebook, because it's like integrated, it's there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So as long as they're on Facebook, you're fine.
Okay, awesome.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So just before we go, then, is like what would be one piece of advice that you give to people that are sitting on the fence about like having messenger bots and stuff in the business?
Do it now.
Just do it.
Just do it. No, for real. Because as a user, so I always try to experience tools and systems as a user, not as a person who's like integrating it. As a user, when I get email, like email marketing, I absolutely do not like opening like those kind of emails that are trying to solicit you to buy stuff or subscribe to this. The moment I get more than 2 emails in a month from one person or one company, I go and unsubscribe. And if I feel like you're trying to sell me constantly, I unsubscribe. Like I said earlier, if I'm on Instagram, the moment I follow you and I get this DM and it's a long text and a message, like a link to your website, I ignore. Or the same also on Facebook. You do get some people who just, they want to just, they invite you to like the page the moment you like the page, and then boom, you just bombarded with this long message and link. And it's like, no, I don't even need that. You didn't ask me what I want. So that's the benefit of having a bot, is that you can ask people what they want, give the client what it wants. And you can do that by building an automated system that asks all the right questions and create the right flow to get your clients very quickly. Because right now everybody's just like pressed for time. I don't know why, but everybody just seems so busy. So it's quick also,
Yeah.
click on your smartphone, on the go, wherever you are. And, thank you for finding me, because now I have this amazing tool that I'm going to share with everybody.
And like I said, that's just touching the surface. One thing that I'm going to be focusing on a lot more as well is how to turn those bots into viral systems. So where we get people to take action more, to get more entries into giveaways and stuff like that, and actually interact with them in the bot in that way. So you're building your subscriber list without spending a fortune on ads. And then people actually want to be part of that, and people are doing it because they want to, not because you've kind of tricked them into it somehow with an automated follow back bot thing, where then, like you say, then they're like, hi, I noticed you just like my page, would you like to like my page now, and then we can be best of friends forever? It's like, don't try and marry someone before you bought them dinner.
True, you see. So that's exactly why. And because now, remember, I said to you, I understand. I hear what you're saying, but I don't understand you. I have to experience it first. And now I get it.
And this is the best way to do it, is to show you, but also help the community as much as possible as well. So they can I just want people to see as many use cases as possible, just to know that literally it doesn't matter whether you sell physical products, whether you sell digital products, whether you're in hospitality, whether you're in the restaurant business, whether you are in e-commerce, whether you sell roof tiles, or whether you're a Jehovah's Witness trying to sell the Bible. It doesn't matter what you are or what you do. You can use messenger bots in your business to actually enhance the experience for the customer. And it's not about like a spammy sales funnel. Wait, just one more thing, like those things. And it's like, it's just conversational. It's just nice. So that's awesome. Simple, effective. And it does the job. So thank you so much today for joining me on Build My Bot Friday.
Thank you.
Stick around after the end of the broadcast and just have a quick chat. And if people want to find out more about you, Charmaine, where do they need to go to find out more about you and what you do?
Instagram, well, everywhere actually. I do have a website. It's charmainembatha.com, or you can go to Instagram. It's charmaine.mb. And then we'll chat there.
And what about the magazine, if people want to be readers of the magazine?
Oh, you have to be readers of the magazine. And also you're welcome to be featured here if you are really awesome. And everybody has a story, I always say, and you just have to be bold enough or believing in yourself enough to share it, because it's going to really make a difference in somebody else's life. So that is www.hergritmag.com. And if you're a guy It's www.hisgritmag.com.
Here we go. There we go. Sorry, I just lost connection for a second.
Paul is sending me a message and saying he'll be right back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was me. I'm back.
So am I still live?
Yeah, we're still live. We're still live.
Yeah. And if you're a guy, he's Meg. He's great. Because we're not trying to create a world where men don't exist. Yeah. And where men are not respected. Where women are glorified and men are demonized. No. We're not doing that.
We are equals.
Equalizing. Balancing.
Awesome. So spelled that wrong. So that was Build My Bot Friday. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again on next week's Build My Bot Friday. And I think next week I have got Joe Arieto, and he is super awesome, super excitable, almost more excitable than me. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and he's a business coach and consultant as well, who helps people gain clarity and stay accountable. So watch out for next week's as well. So thank you so much. It's been amazing. And remember, you're just one bot away.